Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we can talk about the upcoming support card banner that'll be dropping here in a few days. Now, it will be overlapping with the Narita Top Road and Admire Vega Guts card banner, and so you will have finished up the free polls, which just started yesterday with that banner by the time this one drops. So that can kind of help you in making your decision whether or not to pull on it. Now, I will say this one's going to be a very easy skip, but let's just go ahead and take a look at the two support cards and why that's going to be the reason. And so the very first one we'll take a look at here is going to be the SR Speed Curren Chan, and then after that we'll take a look at the SSR Guts Marvelous Sunday. Now the Curren Chan Speed card is an SR. Now all the speed cards generally have their uses to some capacity depending on the races you're building for. Now you're never the only card that we really have people pulling specifically for an SR for is Admire Vega. There is none that really have that power in the future that you pull specifically for that. But with Curren Chan SR Speed, and we look at what she has for her stats here, or stat stick, she does have raise bonus 5% in her unique effect alongside some increased training, friendship training, which brings it up to 30 there. Now, she doesn't have race bonus built into the stats here, so she is limited to 5%. You have special priority 65, which is what you're going to want, decent initial friendship, 10% training effectiveness, initial speed, hint level 2, hint frequency 30, and speed bonus 1. So not the worst here, especially for an SR speed card. Now, if you've used the SSR Curren Chan Wit maybe as a borrow for the last sprint, you're probably familiar with everything else in her kit. It's literally pretty much just the same sprint skills. And so it's really good. Now, I would say, I mean, if you're going to want to use a Curren Chan for the sprint that'll happen during Make a New Track, because the very last CM will be a sprint one, I would say the Wit one's just superior because of the gold skill. But, I mean, this one has sprint corners, it has shrewd step, it has meticulous measure, sprinting gear, sprint straightaway. So a lot of good whites for sprints. But, I mean, you've just got so many other options. I mean, you have like Kita-san Black already. Most people, hopefully, have been playing since her drop MLB. And if you're going to be sacrificing 5% race bonus because you're really trying to target 10 on most of your cards, I'd rather sacrifice and bring Kita-san over this, even if it is for the sprint. But that's the SR. This isn't going to be why you're going to pulling. If you're going to pull, it would be for the Guts card, which is going to be Marvelous Sunday. Now, we have multiple different variations of Marvelous Sunday now. We have the Wit Marvelous Sunday, a very strong card in its own right. And then we also have the Power Marvelous Sunday with the 15% race bonus that I think a lot of people are taking advantage of for Make a New Track, because it also has that high initial stamina as well as power. Now I take a look at this one for the Guts side of things, because Guts build is definitely a viable build, especially once we get past the longs, which, hint, hint, this card's going to be focused at longs, which you'll see here in a second on its gold. But the lawns, it's very, very hard to get a Guts build to work right now because you still need to have fairly high stamina because Guts doesn't make up much for it. When we take a look at it, you get an extra mood effect when the bond gauge is full, which is a pretty decent amount there, but I mean, it's one of the least important. I'd rather see something like friendship bonus or training effectiveness or more race bonus on it from there. I mean, it has decent friendship bonus, special priorities, not too bad. Training effectiveness, that was only 5%. Got some initial power, initial friendship gauge. Race bonus is only 5%, which kind of sucks for Make a New Track when you have a lot of other better options, even in the Guts range. And then Guts bonus, initial speed. I would really like to see speed, especially, but speed and power on the Guts cards are really helping in a Guts build get that max speed, max power, and very high Guts. Now, when we get into her skills here, it's basically your built-in hints are the same as the other Marvelous Sunday cards. So the big winner on this one is Tail Held High. I mean, you have Ramp Up as well. And straightaway Adept's not too bad. Now, we do have Hunch and Racecourse coming up, so she does have a stamina green for that, which is pretty nice, but you can already get that in the power one. But here's the big thing. Her gold skill, which is one of the main reasons you bring an SSR is for the gold skill tied to it, is specifically for long, and it is Adrenaline Rush, which this is right now it's very bad in the sense that I think it got buffed to a certain extent, especially with if you recover, when you get into the spurt mode, if you do heal up in the spurt, it can allow you to get back up to speed. but you're already kind of screwed at that point because you're activating a heal late, because this one requires you to be close to exhausting strength. And so, well, I think it's it's kind of one of those worse ones. And since it's for long only, Guts build being so difficult to build for it, I would not want to make that like my main heal. And so it's not really a very good card overall for it. Now we can look at the buff, because eventually Adrenaline Rush does get a buff because it is recognized as still being really bad, to the point that you get a speed increase off of it, which could potentially help you down the line in a long, which there's a lot of other better long heals that'll come out. McQueen Stamina, which will be coming out in, I believe it's Grand Masters, is just a normal heal that's going to heal at a good time that has a speed increase. But it does get buffed down the line. But this card's going to be dead by then, so it's not going to matter at all anyway. And so that is the Marvelous Sunday card and the Curren Chan card. When we look at what we have coming up when it comes to support cards, and I guess I can put on the Umas here as well, there's just so much better uses of your carrots, even if you're a whale. To me, this is an easy skip card, even for whales, unless you're just someone that likes to spend money like crazy on MLB everything. So I mean, you have, like, I would pull on this one before that one, which has the Curren Chan Wit and Zeno Robroy Speed, if you're wanting to whale out on a card that maybe you didn't get before, just because, I mean, these cards will have more value than that one, and it's got 2 SSRs. But then you also have like Seiyun Sky Ballroom, you have Nishino Flower coming out, 2 good inherits there. Potentially, I mean, if you're going to whale out, Nice Nature is a good pickup potentially for the niche sprint scenarios. Mr. CB Wit. I mean, these are cards I talk about. There's a lot of good little things you can pick up here and there. And even if you're going to be skipping those, especially for free-to-plays, because you're going to probably skip quite a decent amount and probably try and stockpile some resources after getting hammered here. And to add, if you're somebody that really wants to get into the Guts build, especially down the line with the other champions meetings, and is willing to spend money / a lot of carrots on doing so, which I don't think it's necessary. But if you are one that wants to truly get into the Guts build, instead of that card, a few banners later, we're actually going to have the Ines Fujin SSR Guts and Twin Turbo Speed have a rerun banner. And the Ines Fujin is just so much better as a Guts card overall, if you really want to spend some carrots on something for Guts build, because she's really good for your front runner. She has your heal for the mediums if you want to try and get that high roll on a medium. Some good skills in here. We got fast pace, playtime's over, slipstream. But the big thing too is also she has speed bonus built in and is just decent overall everywhere else. And she only has 5% race bonus as well, but that's a sacrifice you make if you want to use this card. Now, having tried out Guts build on my team trials, it is really a high roll build. I mean, you are gambling for that. So, I mean, that one I'm going to say is an easy skip as well. But if you really want to try, that card is way better than the Marvelous Sunday card, and it's not too far after it. So, but yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. I don't know why I'm yapping so much. I think it's fairly obvious how easy this one is to skip. But if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.